Thank you, Mr. Chairman, councillors, ladies and gentlemen. I'm reading this deputation on behalf of my neighbour, Mr. McClay, who unfortunately can't be here today. Excessive development is eroding life in Swanwick. Infilling is ruining the character of the area, and this is a development outside settlement CS14. Overdevelopment is acute, and at the confluence of planning activity by 3 separate councils in a mile radius of Lower Swanwick, today we have 5 active large housing sites being constructed, ranging from 37 houses to hundreds in some developments. A mix of housing sizes and styles, there is no shortage of houses for sale and available in the Lower Swanwick area against any criteria. Examples are the development on Bridge Road, which is 0.8 miles from the proposed development, Whiteley, Winchester, 1,800 houses in the Salisbury ward, 1,200 on the Winchester side, plus another 3,500 on the Winchester side with consent, and the latest Reflections 0.3 miles development in Swanwick Lane, where council was overruled by planning inspectorate. The area is being overwhelmed by a combination of infilling and new estates, which affects the historical open aspect of Lower Swanwick. Adding further high density infilling increases the sense of overdevelopment. Even taking the government's objectively assessed housing need update of 2016 report, which is used by the Planning Inspectorate and FBC, Fareham Borough Council, it states for Fareham West a trend-based demographic projections based on the latest data identify a need for 110 dwellings per annum. Affordable housing need equates to between 70 to 93 homes per annum, accounting for between 64 to 85% of the demographic need. We identify objectively and assess the need for 115 dwellings per annum. The primary requirement is affordable housing. Previously, Planning Inspectorate's ruling in Fareham East must not overly influence local ward decisions very specific to the congested building situation in Lower Swanwick area. We are conflating the drive of an overall housing policy requirement with the approval for bespoke, high-end, profitable executive housings. They are not the same, as the committee must recognise this fact, nor are these houses required. The proposed development remains contrary to local plan, despite Cranleigh Winchester ruling and the Planning Inspectorate objectively assessed the housing need calculation. The Council's 5-year housing plan supply has 4.39 of 5 years of housing supply. The Council must retain local democratic independence and regain control against what may, in some instances, be considered an unfavourable development. The by-road application should not be squeezed in because it's a small number of houses, nor does a decision need to be made in advance of the Council's process of re-establishing the draft Regulation 18 of the local plan.